Hey guys, what's going on? F on my pawn here, and welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Since we last left off, if I do recall correctly, we did a few more quests in regards to companions. We also managed to get up close and personal with nobility, and just started boosting up our abilities and stats up to their highest capacity. To a certain degree, that is. For this stream, what we're going to be doing is, I do believe we are going to be helping Arueshalae with a little bit of her problems. We are going to visit Noctulia, and probably deal with Ember's quest in addition to that. And we're going to seek out even more power. But I digress. Without further ado, let's get into things and see what happens, because we got quite a bit to cover. Alright, in regards to the whole situation we've got to cover, we're going to be doing it in 3 separate instances. To start with, we are going to... I think we're going to go back, and we're going to deal with the lich stuff first. Or, well, I say lich stuff, but I don't know, ultimately. But we're going to be dealing with some main quest stuff. Well, you know what? No. Let's deal with Arueshalae first. How about that? We'll help Arueshalae, then we'll deal with the main quest that we've been doing so far, and we will address that accordingly. So yeah, one thing at a time, really. Okay, we're gonna go over here. And we just need to go to the portal here, I guess, so... yeah. Now, let's see. Kinda wish we had a shop to get some portals, but whatever. It's fine. Okay, but yes, all we gotta do is we gotta go here. We go to the Nexus. We are going to pick Arueshalae up and take whatever we can off of our other individual. And we should be good to go, I think. Keyword think. Alright, so we need to move over to Wenadug. We take off everything from her. There we go. Now we go to Arueshalae. We give her level ups in Mythic. And we actually haven't selected her Mythic paths, have we? Okay, so we're gonna get Distracting Shot, obviously. I think we can get a improved critical without trouble. But I do think flawless attacks are also just as good, I think. We could also go with Mythic Rapid Shot, but there is really no... there's really no need to do so. Yeah, let's go with Flawless Attacks here, because obviously that's going to help in the long term. Let's see. Cleaving Shot is tempting, but we're going to hold off on that for later. Because I'd like to get ranging shots, so that way we get a better chance to hit enemies with her. We can go improved critical longbow if we are feeling spicy. Because we do have improved critical for normal shots, so there is that. It would deal more damage, wouldn't it? But no, we're gonna go with point blank shot because that just increases her 2 hits, which is key. We are then going to go with... yeah, we're going to actually go with Cleaving Shot, so that way every time we crit or reduce the target to 0 HP with her, she's just going to send literally shots everywhere to deal damage to basically everybody, which is really nice. As for her weapon of choice, we're going with the Deadeye, obviously. For gear, we can just literally give her anything and it should be good, but I don't think she has anything good, so... Ah, well. Alright. Now, I do believe we can get away with Beastman. Yeah, if we give Beastman timely assistance, he won't need the headband of reshaping. Although, that said, he's going to need a boost to Wisdom by 1 point if he's going to be doing this, but... I don't know. I need a way for him to increase his Wisdom by at least 1 point somehow. If we can do that, that's gonna just make my life a whole lot easier when I'm choosing his stuff, isn't it? Yeah, is there seriously no way I can get a Wisdom higher than that? Or at least 1 point higher? Do we have anything that we can use item-wise? I don't think we do. Speaking of, can't Evelyn potentially cast any portal spells? She can learn a Scroll of Walk Through Space, though. While under the effects of this spell, you can teleport up to 30 feet as a move action. You must end this movement in an unoccupied space that you can stand on or within line of sight. Alternatively, you can spend a move action to teleport to a standing position from lying prone. Teleporting does not provoke attacks of opportunity. It's a 7th level spell, though, so... I don't know. Well, I'll copy these spells, so that way we got them, I suppose. Okay, we'll copy Resurrection, I suppose. There we go. Starting to learn a new spell list. Yeah, but I digress. Okay, we got Pox Pustules. We'll learn that, I suppose. There we go. Yeah, no, I'm getting off track, though. Let's see. We want Arueshalae here, so let's see. Armors are nothing. Could make her immune to critical hits, but there's no real need to do that. Let's just go with... We need a charisma item for her, because she's good with charisma, I think. We'll give her the Belt of Physical Perfection for now. Mental Perfection, I suppose, just so she has the mentals up there. Give her Ring of Protection temporarily. We can also give her Wind Breath. That'll boost up her initiative further, make her attack even faster. We'll give her Bracers of Armor to boost up her AC. We shall give her the Thick Cloak Pelt, so she's immune to fire. We could go with the Windmaster helmets if we wanted to, but there's no real need. Let's actually increase her saves by 5. Why not? Spear Trackers are useless to her. Gloves of Enduring Wizard are the same. Amulet of Quick Draw gives her insight to ranged weapons against large and bigger enemies. It also grants 4 initiative, so it's better than the other one. Okay, we don't have any eye stuff for her. We don't have an armor. We don't have a shirt that we can give her temporarily. Any gloves we can give her. I do believe we have something in regards to fighter ability, but that's about it. Yeah, we got gloves of dueling, which might help. Okay, is there anything else? I guess a ring of luck to help her saves just a little bit further. What else? Oh, the bound of possibility. When the witch wears this cloak, his lord beyond the grave grants additional 4 bonus to strength, dexterity, and charisma. That's slightly better than the Cloak of Carnage, I want to say? That does mean his skeleton gets a 4 to his stats, is that not correct? So the strength and dexterity would be a 32 and a 26, and his charisma would be up to 22, I think. You know what? I don't need Arcana. I don't need a +2 additional DC, because we're going to get way beefier charisma. It grants additional 4 bonus to strength, dexterity, and charisma. Okay, let's see. I do need to check Lord Beyond the Grave here. Hold on. You can use Command Undead at will. All undead under your command within 50 feet of you gain a bonus to their strength, dexterity, and charisma equal to half your mythic rank. Okay, so because we're mythic rank 5, we are giving a +4 currently, but we give an additional +4 because now we have the... So whenever we're near our skeleton, they're going to basically get a +8 to all stats, which is insane. At least that is what is entailed, I think. All undead under command within 50 feet of you. Okay, I'm not sure if this includes us or not, though, but if it does, that's only just going to make it even scarier. Oh well. The point is that we're going to be really strong once we get to that point, but I digress. I'm basically just rambling at this point, right? Okay, but we do have the cloak. Is there anything else we want to cover? We could go for an intelligence buffer, couldn't we? Having a higher intelligence would help our knowledge world checks, but there is no real need, I imagine. Well, let me decide. Do I need the phylactery of negative channeling to heal additional, or would I prefer something else? Let's see. Whenever I land a hit against a new enemy for the first time, they must make a Fortitude DC 30 or become dazzled. If they are under a movement impairing condition, it becomes blinded instead. So that's the benefit if we go that route, but it's not required. Do we need extra spells? It doesn't really necessarily need to be the case. I do believe the Boreal might be a good one. We do get Ice Body and Polar Midnight, which is a 9th level potent spell, I do believe. We could also get rid of Steady Finger for it. It grants a +3 competence bonus on touch attacks. We don't use touch attacks enough. Well, we use it for cantrips, but for big spells, we don't really need it. So we're just going to go with the Ring of Boreal Might, and that way Skeletor has a variety of new spells to play around with. And the special Polar Midnight spell is also going to be a fun one, because it deals dex damage, I believe. Which I can only imagine is going to make things even more fun. Polar Ray is insane as well, so yeah. We're only adding to our combat prowess, I'd say. Is there anything else I want to add? No. That, no this. Okay, prismatic ring is tempting, but not required. Okay. Yeah, I think we need to replace the phylactery with something. I'm not sure what, though. Yeah, let's go with the headband of Subjugator. I don't know if this is the right choice, but bugger it. It looks nice, and it's a little bit better than what we got currently. As for who will take the phylactery, I think it's the next best choice is Merman. Anytime he needs to provide healing. But we can always keep the band just in case. You never know, right? Oh, I don't know. It's either I go with timely assistance and I just wear the helmet and just get additional +2 AC, or I leave it alone. But he is going to be without spells of 18th level or higher. Or rather, he won't be able to cast 9th level spells, which kind of sucks, kind of doesn't. We'll have to figure it out, but that is besides the point. We've got bigger fish to fry currently. Alright, so who were you abandoning this time? We've left Triclops away this time. I think we are going to leave... Yeah, let's leave Beastman this time around. We're gonna bring Arueshalae. And we are gonna go to the Terrace of the Favored Mistress. And we're going to help Arueshalae. At least, yeah. We'll figure it out. Alright, with this, we move Skeletor over here. Evelyn goes there. We swap to this. There we go. Alright, convert into a dragon. There you go, my guy. Kinda wish I used a mutagen, but yeah, whatever. Okay, we go over to here. And this is Demalchio's Enchanted Mansion. As you can probably guess, I've already talked about this before with Arueshalae, but this is basically you need to progress through the story in order to unlock the rest of the companion stuff, to a certain degree. But usually there's a time buffer on when things go awry, but you'll see, you'll see. Alright, let's get into narration. A handsome young man with a snow-white toga reclines in a plush armchair next to a table heaving with sumptuous food. Flowers are nestled in his blonde curls, while gems sparkle on his half-bared chest. A boy sits on the floor beside him, rubbing the soles of the man's feet with scented oil. The master of the house greets Arueshalae with a wave of his hand. Even the glittering rings cannot hide his black scabbed fingers, oozing with pus. There you are, my venomous butterfly. More beautiful than ever. I see that taking a stroll around the world of mortals did you some good. You're slimmer, and there's a healthy flush on your cheeks. Just like a doll. His eyes examine you with languorous curiosity. And what is this? A souvenir from Galarian? A handsome one, isn't he? So fresh, so hale. You barely used him, I see. Wash your mouth. Order your slave to keep quiet, my butterfly, or I'll order mine to serve up his tongue as the next meal. Demalchio sneers contemptuously without even looking at you, and then smiles cordially. Speaking of meals, please sit, eat. And as I'm feeling magnanimous today, your mortal pet may also partake. Just look at this perfect table that I've laid in your honor of your coming. See these grapes? Every single one is gilded. And this wine from the ruins of Aslan is older than any living mortal. Many demons and even some of the gods. And last, but certainly not least, behold our main course. A roasted drake. They eat us all the time, so why shouldn't we return the favor? Thank you. Arueshalae hesitantly plucks one of the gilded grapes, puts it in her mouth, and chews slowly. It's been a while since I last saw you, Demalcio. What happened to your hands? The Azota raises his disfigured hands and smiles innocently. Don't you remember what these hands did at your behest? It seems the nature of the Azota cannot contain all the freedom granted by the Abyss without sustaining a little damage. But it's nothing. It barely hurts. Go on, eat. This is all for you. Or perhaps you prefer some human meat. Demalcio grabs the boy by the hair and presses a sharpened, manicured nail to the boy's throat. Do you want me to serve him instead? Don't. I never had a taste for mortal flesh. Arueshalae throws you a remorseful look and forces herself to finish. Only mortal souls. On a diet. Afraid of getting fat. Clever girl. You succubi must take very good care of your looks. It's not like you have anything else. Now, if you don't mind, I think I'll sample this fine repast. He picks up a piece of meat and chews on it with great relish, then wipes the grease and pus oozing from his hands on the boy's hair. Alright, Arueshalae. You ever eat human meat? The succubus shakes her head. No, but not out of any kind of virtue. It just so happened that this particular atrocity was never to my liking. Demalcio, I've come to ask for forgiveness. I did this to you. I turned you into this. It's my fault. Fault? The fallen Azota laughs melodiously. What are you talking about, darling? I'm happy now. Thanks to you. Who was I back in Elysium? A destitute good-for-nothing. All I did was flutter around singing ditanies. And now? He gestures around the rich interior of his disfigured hand. I've got everything I could dream of. Treasures, the very best garb, I sleep in comfort. They respect me in the city. I open my purse and they prostrate themselves before me. All my enemies are gone now. What is there to want? I am happy now. This isn't happiness. It's not? That's news to me. If having all of your dreams come true isn't happiness, then what is it? Fine. Let your mortal pet be the arbiter. You there, half-elf. What say you? Am I happy, or am I not? One man's joy is another man's anguish. Quite the philosopher, isn't he? I used to enjoy listening to philosophers over dinner. I had a whole symposium here. Then I kicked them all out. Their locuria gave me indigestion. I remember you when I first met you. So brave, so kind, so inspired. And I ruined you. Forgive me. Bah! All you did was teach me what life is all about. I didn't find it amusing back then, but now I understand your valuable lesson. The old me would never have achieved what I have now. I didn't even have desires as such. What did I want? Justice, freedom, sugary froth, and idealistic drivel. I should thank you for opening up that milksop's eyes. Instead of replying, Arueshalae begins to hum some strange melody. Ugh. Enough, stop that. It's making my head hurt. You want some music? Here's real music for you. Hey. Demalcio claps imperiously. 3 scantily clad succubi enter the room and start playing musical instruments. Do you recognize those dresses? You wore the same one that night you dumped me for the first time. I bawled like a simpleton. But it doesn't matter anymore. I'm always merry now. Every time I bend... Yeah, things. I pictured your face that day. Hey! Demalcio angrily turns towards the succubi. Which of you is out of tune? Hey you, what am I paying you for? You ruined my strings? Give yourself 20 lashes. The succubus produces a whip. Demalcio grins lasciviously, his eyes darting from the musician to Arueshalae and back. I think it's just good. I'm just not gonna say a thing. Arueshalae stands up. I've tried to apologize, but you clearly don't need my apologies. Let's have it your way then. I just want you to know I wholeheartedly regret what I've done to you. Goodbye, Demalcio. I'm leaving. And this time for good. Sit down. The Azota slams his hand on the table, staining the cloth with black pus. The other succubi produce whips and smirk at Arueshalae and you. You're not leaving this place again. You're mine by right. You'll stay mine forever. That's enough. I don't want to kill you. There's no need to fight. Let's go our separate ways and not hurt each other anymore. Dessa knows that we've done enough of that already. Oh, I don't want to kill either of you. I want to gouge out your eyes. Then I'll... Okay, yeah, no, I'm not going to elaborate on those conversations. You're free to read. I haven't begun to even hurt you. I've dreamt of this day for so long. You. Get them. Alright, let's see. Hey, boy. Help us deal with him and you're free. Without thinking, the boy grabs a knife from the table and sinks it into Demalcio's leg. He runs off before the fallen Azota has a chance to react. You bastard! After everything I've done for you, I'll get you yet. What are you waiting for? Seize them! Take the girl alive. You may eat the mortal right here. Get to it, you layabouts. Demalcio's servants lunge at you. Well, that's unfortunate for them, because they are facing a lich. A very, very dangerous and very powerful lich, no less. Alright. Off we go. Time for five. Well. Okay. Or do this. Nasty necrotic power here. Boom. Alright, negative energy coming in. Seriously? Skeletor, come on. Boy. Alright, we place it down here, I guess. There we go. Done. And that's the last succubus. And they stand no chance. The Azote bares his teeth in a truly demonic snarl as he points his weapon to Arueshalae's chest. Not going anywhere. Nowhere. You're mine. Demalcio, I've renounced evil. Now I serve Desna, your former mistress. If she gave a succubus like me a chance, surely she can forgive you too. The path of ascension is difficult, but... I a toy to you. You send me into the abyss on a whim. Then you change your mind and call me back to Elysium. Stuff your ascension up your... The Azote shakes his head. Suddenly he looks desperate. Arueshalae, my girl. My butterfly. Enough of this nonsense. Do you want me to apologize? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say any of that. I just miss you so much. I needed you so much. Oh, my only desire. My only dream. You alone. Demalcio falls to his knees and reaches for Arueshalae, who recoils in disgust. Everything I've hoarded, the treasures, the people, it's all for you. Stay. I beg you. Give you everything. It will all be yours. Just don't leave me, please. Don't leave. An Azote today, almost demon today. Will you be an angel tomorrow? What a merry life you lead. No. There's nothing merry about it. Get up, Demalcio, that's enough. For the last time, repent. Either follow me on the path of the Desna, or get out my way and let me go. It's like that, then. The fallen Azote jumps to his feet. Then I would rather die than let you leave here alive. Well, that didn't do much, because I got her a fire cloak. That's a mighty shame. Okay, well.
I lead, you follow.
Okay, there should be some stuff around here that we can grab. Might as well, right? Okay, grab this.
Onward.
But yeah, no, violence is going on here. It appears that we got mythic succubi now. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're just going to casually throw down a mucker spell here with Sirocco.
I'm up for an adventure.
And this should stop them. Yep, they are gonna be knocked prone there. And everybody else should be fine. Alright, turn on point blank because that's going to help your attacks, Arueshalae. There you go. And Demalcio, unfortunately... Yeah. Arueshalae kneels before the dead Azata's body. He closes his eyes and plants a kiss on his bloody forehead. Forgive me, Demalcio. Forgive me and farewell. Let's go, Skeletor. The succubus wipes away her tears. There's nothing left for us here. Yeah, let's go. Arueshalae shakes her head ruefully. What just happened here? Everything he said. I need to reflect on it. I want to talk to you about it, but not right now. Later, when we have a chance to sort out my thoughts and emotions. Alright, we'll grab all this stuff here. We got some kukris, we got his special gear. We've got Stormcaller here, which is a Thundering Burst Spear, which... I think it's a... yeah, it's a two-handed melee weapon. All creatures summoned by the wielder deal an additional d6 of sonic damage. So, if you're summoning monsters, this is a great way to go about it. We've got a +4 Build Mighty Constitution, +4 Headband of Alluring Charisma, Amulet of Natural Armor, Ring of Protection, Bracelets of Armor, and a Cloak of Resistance. Basically a bunch of loot that we can benefit from. Plus, we also get the Gloves of Monster Protection. Whenever the wearer of these gloves summon a creature, they gain a spell resistance of 21. So all the more things that we're gonna get. I think that's it from the building, so yeah. Alright, let's go outside. Oh, we'll grab that sharpshooter stuff and off we go, I suppose. Alright, from here, we are going to go portal down. I guess we can level up Arueshalae, but we're gonna save it for later. Yeah, so we're gonna just go through the portal here. And we're gonna go back to the Nexus. After all, we've got bigger things to do here. Okay, from here we go to... The Storyteller's compass starts to vibrate. The crystal should be somewhere nearby. Alright, let's go. It emits a low rumble and quivers. We're gonna grab everybody who's... we normally use, so we'll grab you guys, there you go. The compass continues to emit a low rumble. Gonna get everybody into position. There we go. Alright. Let's post up. It buzzes periodically, emitting a grinding screech and shaking so hard you can barely hold it. Crystals are very near. Let's uncover the camouflaged tunnel. Okay, Merman, go forward just in case. Alright, we should be fine so far. Okay.
I sense something.
Ah. We get dinosaur bones, magic essence, and a belt of the venerated champion, which gives a bonus to fortitude saves and a +1 insight against evil creatures and effects.
I lead. You follow.
And there's another thing here, apparently. So we'll grab this. A Neandrian crystal. Oh! And now we've got some other things here. Alright, there we go. Destroy these things here. There we go. Is there anything else around here, though? I guess we'll find out. don't think there is, but I do believe we will find something. Oh, hello. Alright, Beastman, go berserk. There we go. Increase your stats like crazy. There we go. Cool. Yeah, these crystals stand no chance. We are the monsters that can withhold much. Okay. Is there more around here? I don't think there is, but you never know.
Knowledge is the key to victory.
Okay, is there anything here? I don't see anything, so far, that is. Personal chest, there's the Midnight Fane. Yeah, I do need to find something here. Is there nothing in here? I feel like there should be something here, but I'm not sure. Well, beyond what I've already found, that is. I don't see anything so far. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, I guess we're going up then. I don't think we found anything that's going to help us. Too much, anyways. Hold on, let me check the journal. Or check the information I need to find. Okay, let's see. Alright, well, I guess I gotta be patient here. Alright, well, I do believe that is most of everything that we've done here. Let's see, journal. Okay, so I am doing fine, so that's good. Okay, I just need to win the favor of the most influential person in the city after Noctulia. Let's see, Art of Making Friends. Give the crystal to the storyteller, and try to secure an audience with the city's rulers. Alright. So what we're going to do is we are going to go up with everybody excluding, well, the obvious. And we are going to go to the Terrace of the Favored Mistress. And we're going to go talk with the storyteller about this. And we'll have to see what goes down. At least that is the intended plan, of course. But hey, we did help Arueshalae, though, and hopefully we'll be getting a lot more power. I guess we'll see what happens. Yeah, more Illusionira guests, apparently. Lovely. Okay.
Onwards.
Alright, from here, we go to the Mage's Tower, and I guess we'll see what happens. Alright. To the second floor we go. Okay, we go upstairs next, and then we can go and see the storyteller, and hopefully we can bring Zachorius at some point, but we'll see. I mean, he technically doesn't count as a living person, so I think he can be brought forward, but we'll see. Hey, storyteller. The blind elf whispers something under his breath. Hearing your steps, he turns to you slowly. Greetings, Skeletor. Have you brought me a new story? Take this crystal, what do you see? The storyteller takes a crystal, and his face becomes twisted with evil rage, and a screeching cry bursts from his lips. A bloody stain spreads across your chest, and the storyteller's vision once again bursts into your mind, just as they did in Canabras, when you brought him the stone chisel. My wings take me higher and higher, stirring storms, but even they cannot disperse the ball of darkness hanging around from me. Stupid little maggot. You think you can fly as high as me? My cheeky opponent does not answer, and the wound under my heart continues to gush streams of blood, tainting the feathers of the black bolt and dripping into the dark waters of Ischia. There's something wrong with that wound. My strength is dwindling too quickly. This means that there's no time to waste. I'll grab her, stretch her up, cut her with my claws, and throw her to the very bottom of the abyss. Quickly changing the direction of my flight, I rushed forward and hit the center of the dark cloud. Well, where are you? My chest is thrust forward, ready to take any blow, and my claws are cutting through the air. But she is not here. She deceived me. The dark cloud was a fake. Where are you? Her triumphant laughter echoes over a black ocean. So insulting, so insolent and impetuous. Someone catch that laughter. Choke it. Your mind is confused. Adrenaline pounds in your veins. By force of will, you manage to overcome the madness and concentrate on the storyteller's screeching voice. Who are you? You don't know me. I am the demon lord Alinthia, lady of harpies, sweet-voiced mistress, and seductive peril. My wings can embrace the mountain, and all in the abyss know my name. Who are you fighting? That pathetic upstart Noctulia. She attacked me without warning and wounded me. And now she is hiding in the shadows, thinking she can get away from me. Your pathetic leathery wings can't compare with mine. What are you fighting for? For power, for might, for superiority. For the right to fly over these endless waters, for the right to seduce the unlucky ones of our choosing. One of us will perish, the other will rise and get everything the loser owns, and I will be the one to triumph. How will your fight end? The storyteller's voice changes. You hear a death rattle. She will win. Overpower me in my spirits, and my body will drop into the waters of Ischia. The elf's voice becomes lower and lower, becoming denser and stronger, like a stone that has decided to talk. From now on, I am blood. I set and thicken. I grow firmer, stronger. Crystallize, I gain edges. Power lies dormant in me, and I lie dormant in the dark. The storyteller's heavy words, like a massive maul's, crush your soul into the dark abyss. They lie on your shoulder, pushing you down deeper and deeper. You don't want to breathe or live. You just want to lie down and never wake up. Where are you? I'm lying in the ground, in the depths. My paths are laid. I'm asleep, waiting for greedy hands to touch me, gather me up, and take my power for their own. Are you the island of Alinthia, the one Lushanira is built on? Yes. My body became stone. My flesh turned into filaments, and the power hidden in it made me expand and swell. I am the island and everything hidden within it. I thought the souls of demon lords went to the Rift of Repose after death. Yes, but not me. The one I used to be. He was supposed to go to a secret place. But someone stopped her, locked her in this body. She didn't want those who fell at her hands to return. She found a way to lock their power in their remains. And the power is still there. What will happen to you next? You will take me out. Your hands will take me out of the cavern. The storyteller's voice calms. This is where the road to the past, the one opens to me, ends. It leads to this very moment. But I see something else. A future. A possible future. Droplets of spittle fly from the old elf's mouth. His speech becomes furious and gaunt, his voice trembling with tension. Ah! It hurts! The crystal is so huge! She's implanting it, sewing it into living flesh. My flesh, and its power oozes, soaking my flesh and blood, flowing in my veins. I am rage. I am agony. I am violence made flesh. Overcoming the scarlet rage, seizing your mind, you get through the stream of insults and mangled words flying through the storyteller's lips. Who are you and whom do you serve? I am the humble demon whose old name doesn't matter. From now on, everyone will call me the Horned Horn. Lady Hepsamira will lead me into battle, where I'll crush your enemies. No, I will destroy them with me horrifying grunting that will rip their pathetic flesh from their meager carcasses. Who was implanting the crystals into you? Mustafa, the cunning one with the snake eyes. One of the fosterlings of the upstart Aliru. My mistress, Hepsamira, ordered him to do it. She has many such crystals. I'm not the first or last to have this done to them. Mustavan is a weak and mortal spawn, but even he improves with practice. You see, I'm alive, unlike the pathetic unfortunates who went first. Why is he trembling? You feel the thirst for blood, the heat that pulses through a warrior before an imminent fight. The pride swelling within the demon that is speaking through the storyteller. That power that he yearns to feel as soon as possible. The duty that he intends to embrace with honor. What fight awaits you? We are going to fight Noctulia. That winged upstart has been troubling our Lord Baphomet for too long. Time to remove her from the boards. How do you expect to defeat Noctulia and her dominion? We have followers of Lushanira. They will strike from the inside, cripple her, drain her blood, and then our army will bring down all its might given to us by the miraculous crystals. And Noctulia and her pathetic servants will fall. Enough, storyteller. The storyteller's vision fades, and with it, the terrible heat in your chest. The old elf comes back from his dream again, with a helpless sigh. Oh, what a horrible vision. I'm completely exhausted. I never expected to touch the memories of fallen demon lord who have never found peace in the Rift of Repose. I shared a vision with you again. Like when you brought me the stone chisel, Canopus. Strange. Could it be that these two objects are connected? To each other, or to you? So, the crystals are demon blood. Yes. Hardened blood in which the spiritual power of the perished demon lord is sealed. In this case, the power of Valenthia, who was killed in battle and locked in her own remains. In this unusual way. So this city is built on Valenthia's core. In a matter of speaking, yes. After the spiritual power of Valenthia did not go to the Rift of Repose, Noctulia began to transform her dead body, forcing it to expand and assume a more solid, static form. I can only guess what a nightmare this imprisonment was for Valenthia's spiritual essence. How can this stone grant powers? I suppose it happens as a result of some merging process, after which the unspent power of a demon lord will literally flow into the body of the one who uses the stone. What is the Rift of Repose? That is where the souls of fallen demon lords go. After death, they usually return to their own abyssal realms. But if dead finds them again before a year passes, the abyss dumps them in its cemetery. In this stone rift full of fog, the souls of the grand demonic dead turn to stone statues, and stand for an eternity, slowly becoming threaded with cracks, and gradually falling to ruin. It is the kingdom of decline and decay, and a visit there might serve as a good lesson to those who believe in their own might, and deem themselves invincible. Everything's clear to me now. The old ghost gives a sudden jolt and says, I have a brilliant idea. The stone knife you showed me in Canopus, do you still have it? Can I examine it again? Sure. Frowning, the storyteller stands for a while, holding the knife. Finally, he returns the weapon to you and says heavily, No question. The knife is made from Neandrian crystal. No, not made. The stone is the hardened blood of a demon lord. Considering you found it in the square in devastated Canopus, the blood certainly belonged to Descari and was shed in battle. I see. I wish you interesting adventures. Alright, well. That's something. Apparently there's a treasure behind this wall for some reason, but whatever. Is there? Surely not. Yeah, I don't see no treasure. Oh well. Probably somebody acting crazy. Or talking about something here. I don't know. Is there anything worth noting here? Not really.
You follow.
So, a little bit lore, just because I completely forgot about it and I never did explain it. But this purple stone knife is actually a crack in this tower. I'm not sure how it was taken, but it was taken. So, I guess we'll see where that leads, but it seems like they're made of the same material, the knife and the Neandrian crystal itself. So, I mean, I guess we'll see if that yields anything particularly special, but who bloody knows, right?
Onwards.
Alright, but I digress. Let's get going. To the upper city. Student, be quiet and listen. What I'm about to tell you is very important. I told you that your patient's obedience would pay off, and I did not deceive you. I hope you've realized by now that you have discovered a way to complete our ritual. The storyteller told me about the visions revealed to him by the Neandrian crystal. and I found them very intriguing. Somehow, Noctulia weakened the Demon Lord's spirits. The demon did not have enough strength to enter the Rift of Repose, but how did she achieve this? How did she trap the demon's body and turn it into an island? We must discover her methods and use them to weaken your soul and perform its ritual of transition to the phylactery. Then my own ritual will be complete and my oath fulfilled. You could, of course, ask the Lady in Shadow about these matters, but I doubt she would give you an honest answer. I'm sure she does not wish for her secrets to be revealed. However, there is another way for us to solve this mystery. You wish to gain mastery over death. Therefore, you must seek your answers among the dead. Go to the mines where you found the crystal, summon the spirits of Olympia, and call forth her lost memories, so that you can question them. Why would the storyteller tell you about his visions? Because he cannot share them with anyone else. Most of the wizards in Dresden aren't knowledgeable enough to discuss his visions, let alone discern their meaning. The storyteller and I meet regularly to pass time in conversation and share information. I give him my stories and he provides me with a curious arcane knowledge. Okay, how do I summon the spirits of Olympia? Is that even possible? The Lich scoffs angrily. Do you think I have all the answers? I never heard of anyone resurrecting a demon lord. Much less one in such a unusual state. But you have demonstrated your peculiar powers on numerous occasions. Even if you are unable to reach Olympia herself, you may be able to access the echo of her thoughts. This entire island was formed on Olympia remains. Why can't I summon her spirit right here? The island is dead. It is nothing more than rock. Olympia's spiritual essence is, as I understand it, concentrated in the crystals. Go down to the mines, the deeper the better, and find a large crystal vein. The more spiritual energy it contains, the more strongly it will respond to your spell. Okay, what if I wake something up, but it doesn't want to talk? What if it's dangerous? Zacharias shrugs his bony shoulders indifferently. Of course it will be dangerous. There are the remains of a demon lord after all. Apologies, my throat's getting sore from all this talking. Oh, 1 second. Man, I'm gonna have a voice crack at this point. Jeez, okay. Alright, back to it. But the dead love to share the secrets of those responsible for their demise. It is their last chance to exact revenge. And if the thing that responds to you is not in the mood to chat, subdue it, break its will, and wrest the truth from it. You want to gain mastery over death, don't you? Then you need to act like its master. Okay, but why would I want to do this then? The Lich gives an exasperated sigh and begins to speak slowly and deliberately, as if explaining something to a small child. If you can discover how Noctulia weakened the souls of demon lords before she killed them, I may be able to do something similar to you. If I can weaken your soul, I'll be able to extract it from your body and place it in the phylactery. Think of it like snake venom. In large quantities, it can kill you. But if you take it into small doses, it can actually heal you. When I place your spirit in the phylactery, your transition will finally be complete, and you will become a lich. Very well, I'll do as you ask. The lich sneers. Yes, that is what I want to hear, student. You must leave all other less important matters behind. and proceed immediately with the task I have given you. Farewell. Now, my hope is that I haven't buggered things completely with Zachorius in the long term, because there is going to be a divergent path in the future. But I won't spoil what that divergent path is. For now, though, we need to focus on the Nexus here. We need to focus on the main key component of us doing our thing. We need to... Yeah, we need to basically go to the Nexus, we need to go to the Crystal, and we need to wring out the information by force if we can. As is the nature of a true Lich. I just hope things are gonna go well for us. Alright, Skeletor, go here, there we go. We rush into here because this is where the concentration of crystals are, I do believe. This is the closest we can get into the mines with our information. Alright. Summon the spirit of Olympia. The crystal exudes a faint purple glow. The embodied spiritual essence of a demon lord. A dead demon lord. And the dead dare not defy you. Right? Call out the spirit of the dead demon lord and order her to appear before you. You feel a faint response from within the crystal vein. Something heard your call, but it remains distant and elusive. The spirit is in no hurry to obey your summons. Redouble your efforts and boldly call forth the mighty dead. Your call reaches down into the darkest depths of the island and finds something. You compel it to come forth, reeling it in like a fisherman. A fisherman who has caught a leviathan. Tear the veil of eternal sleep that shrouds the spirit, and force her to reveal herself. The gates of oblivion swing open, releasing a swirling vortex of terror. The smell of death hits your nostrils. Your summons have awakened something cold and terrible. It rises from its slumber, gigantic, dark, and monstrous. Alright, combat, here we go. Oh, one sec. Yeah, I just needed to minimize something, apologies. There we go. We can actually do Polar Midnight now, now that I think about it, but hold on. Let's go into our spell book. Let us use Meta Magic here, Polar Midnight here specifically. We can do a selective spell of it. And I do believe yellow's persistent. Red is persistent and selective. And selective is green. Okay. So we want green here. There we go. We won't be able to get persistent with it, unfortunately, nor extend, but it's still something that we can make. Apparently we've also got... Yeah, so we got Fiery Body. We should have Cold Body, I think? Yeah, we got Ice Body as well. So that's nice. Alright, so we got Death Snatcher here. What's its statistics? It's a level 19 human. We'll down the Vial of Dexterity here. There we go. Dream Slayers, outside... Yeah, we got a bunch of outsiders here, basically causing us ruckus. Why are you here? You've already taken the lives of Neandri and the other demon lords. Do you wish to add me on the list, on your list of victims? I will not fall so easily. I am stronger than the other demon lords you have killed. If you try to fight me, you will face defeat. No, sweet-voiced Windrunner. I am here to propose an alliance. Why should I make an alliance with you, murderer? We have much in common. We've both possessed the powers of seduction, and both of us are seen as coveted prizes to be won. The other demon lords will wish to control us to make us their victims. Okay. Yes, I killed Neantri. He wanted to make me his prized individual. You rebuke me for his death, but would you desire such a fate? Would you wish to be subjugated to his will? What will happen when you face someone who is stronger than you? What will you do when they come to take away your freedom and silence your songs? Who will you turn to then? I see the wisdom in your words, murderer. I would kill anyone who tried to claim me. I would shed blood if someone tried to make my songs their own. Yes, we will form an alliance, you cunning one. Will bring me the whispers of my enemies, and I will offer you my protection. I will hide you in the shadow of my wings. Oh, hello. Another Death Snatcher and Dream Slayer. Even more foes to look forward to, I suppose. Actually, you know what? I think this is honestly just a good time to throw down as Sirocco here. The less chances they have to actually deal with us, the better. I feel a sense of impending doom. An assassin ready to drive the blade between my shoulder blades. Tell me, cunning one, which one of my enemies wishes to attack me? My eyes are everywhere, but I don't see your enemies. No one would dare to attack you, Windrunner. No, I can feel it. The evil thoughts and greedy looks someone looks behind my back. Someone wishes me dead. We will face your enemy together. We look out for each other, remember? Again. Alright, here we go. Come on. There we go. Knocked prone, and Sirocco will do the rest for us. Excellent shot, sister. Another demon lord at your feet? Well, Songbird, I think you have sung your last. Traitor! How dare you! We swore to protect each other, and you betrayed me. You ambushed me, you shot me down and wounded me. You're conspired together with your brother. Damn you both. I will bring her power, and your death will be the foundation on which we build our throne. Your brother is just like all the rest of them. You will regret this betrayal. Why? Why is this wound so much? Why do your black bolts cause so much pain? And yet, it was he, my brother and lover, who helped me orchestrate your downfall. Darkness and oblivion await you, and nothing you say will change my mind. Someday you will realize that you were wrong. Your brother is greedy and jealous. He will envy your strength and stab you in the back, just like you did to me. And you, fool, do not triumph prematurely. Your sister is powerful, but you are nothing more than a pathetic henchman. She will defeat you no matter what trickery you have devised. Burn in flames, love one another, or kill each other, I don't care. Nothing makes any sense, not anymore. The ghost's powerful voice rings out through the cave like a tolling of a funeral bell. The huge demon looks at you with complete disinterest, and her gorgeous face is cold and dead. She looks like a statue made of ice. Who are you? Why have you disturbed me? I am the commander of the Mendev Crusaders. The ghost responds slowly, as if struggling to stay awake. Crusaders. Mendev. Not interested. Who are you? The spirit's voice rises clear, strong, and enchantingly beautiful. She begins to sing a proud song of triumph and superiority. But then her soaring voice falters as she falls silent. When she speaks again, her voice has returned to its normal dull indifference. I was Olympia, the winged mother of harpies. I used my voice to hunt in the sky, swooping down on my victims like a bird of prey, devouring the hearts and minds of many. I was a temptress and a conqueror, the greedy claws of the abyss. Who am I now? No. Dust and ashes. Are you really the ghost of Olympia, or are you something else? You can hear the pain and anguish in the ghost's voice. Her words are filled with a desperate longing. Olympia is gone. She was wild and passionate. She loved to fly through the most violent storms. She set her face against the wind, and her wings cut through the darkness of the sky. She liked to fight, and to seduce others with her songs. She craved the taste of fresh blood. She loved to sink her sharp fangs into tender flesh. She had a will to live, a passion for life. But not anymore. Now she is nothing. She is a dead body, and all that remains of her life is a few fragmented memories. I am one such memory, a shadow of the past. Bow before me, spirit. Mortal. Insolent insect. Should I crush you for your impudence? No, it doesn't matter. I came here to discuss your death. The ghost's indifferent expression flickers for a moment. She looks almost sad. Yes, I died. But it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Let's go for the forceful option here, I think. Weave a web of spells around a powerful ghost. Crush her ethereal body with your power and force her into submission. Answers. The spirit shudders piteously. She cowers beneath the blows of an invisible whip as it lashes her into submission. Her ghostly face looks haggard and worn. Stop. Don't disturb me. Go away. Ask what you want, then leave me alone. I want peace. I do not want to exist. How did Noctulia defeat you? Answer me. I was stronger than Noctulia, but her attack took me by surprise. Her black bolts were enchanted. They quenched the fire in my soul and extinguished the passion in my heart. I no longer had a reason to fight, and I surrendered to her will. I have all the information I need. Suddenly a cold terror grips your heart. You feel your blood turn to ice as your body is wrapped in a frigid embrace. Don't go. Spark of life. Restless. Must put it out. Instinctively, you lash out with your mind, severing the connection. The ghost is engulfed in green flames and returns to nothingness, with a terrifying cry. The howling wail echoes through the cave and across the abyss. The terrible sound is enough to give a splitting headache to every magic-sensitive creature who hears it. Let us silence Olinthia's wailing cry. You swiftly dispel the spell that has awakened Olinthia's memory. The remaining fragments of her consciousness sink back into sleep, and her wailing cry fades into silence. We have gotten what we came here for. Alright. I'd say that's a win there. Oh. Oh, hello. Half-fiend guardian minotaurs are causing trouble, apparently. Okay, lovely. Is that it? Alright, I guess the, oh, right. Skeleton dies. If my skeleton dies, he basically summons 2 minotaurs that are hostile to everybody, I think. Well, that's something. Oh well. Not our problem. I don't think Zachorius is around, to my knowledge. Yeah, no, I don't think, yeah, no, he's not around. Never mind. It's all good. It just means we can keep going with the story. And our intentions, of course. But I digress. Alright, to the outside. Off we go. Alright. We go out, we gather everybody who's important here, except... Now we just need to go to the Harem of Ardent Dreams. And I do believe that we can get something in particular. But we'll have to see. Alright. Now, before we go any further than this, I am going to need to prep things, so give me a second here. So, this is important for the safety of Skeletor specifically. But I just need to check to make sure he's got the buffs that he needs. Yeah, so he's got a +8 against mind-affecting spells and effects, which is a resistance bonus, so that's nice. Alright, we get a Sacred, we get a Morale bonus, we get a Meal bonus, an Inherent bonus. We got our Wisdom adding to this even further. I do believe there is a way to increase it further, so let's see. Also, actually, the Skeleton does not get a bonus because it's dead currently, but whatever. So we're going to swap over to a +5 Cloak of Resistance, I want to say. We can get a +4 against mind-affecting conditions if we go with the Headband of the Wise Negotiator. So I'm going to grab that, because we're going to need it, specifically. We are also going to need a cloak that is going to give us a big boost to will saves. We're going to temporarily remove the Ring of Boreal Might for this. So we're going to get a Ring of Luck. Here we go. We get a Ring of Luck, that's going to boost it by 1. And now we are going to need something else, if I recall correctly. Let's see. Where is it? I don't think we have the cloak. Okay, so I need to actually go back. One sec. Alright, let's go back here. We need to go back to the Nexus because we need to take some stuff off Arueshalae, I believe, for this purpose. But once we take the stuff off her, we can talk with her and we'll go from there, I suppose. Let's see. I do need to check something real quick. Hold on. Talk to Arueshalae about the events of the mansion. Arrange a meeting with Noctulia for Ember. Alright. It's pretty easy to handle.
You follow.
Alright, let's talk with Arueshalae first. You wanted to talk about what happened in Demalcio's manor. Yes. I thought about a lot about what he said, and then I understood. Wait. I think it'd be easier to show you instead of trying to explain everything. Will you follow me to my dream again? Please. Let's go. Thank you. Arueshalae takes your hand in her small, searing palm, and the world around you begins to fade. Arueshalae's dream is filled with smoke. Cold, ghostly fire is devouring the dream of others she has collected. Tears are flowing freely from her eyes, leaving faint trails on her soot-stained cheek. Why is everything on fire? Because I don't believe in any of that anymore. Do you remember what we saw in Demalcio's mansion? What he said about the dreams coming true? Food, riches, the demise of his enemies. The teary-eyed succubus looks at you. Desna asked me what I dreamed of. I tried to find an answer, I truly did, but look. Are my dreams any different from the desires of demons? What has changed? What's the name of that bird that grabs everything shiny that carries it off to its nest? A goldfinch, right? I'm just like a thieving goldfinch that spies on people's dreams and hoards them away. But doing that hasn't changed me at all. I'm still the same greedy, cruel demon I've always been. I need to check this really specifically because this is a teetering point for Arueshalae, I do believe. So, 1 second. Alright, let's see, hold on. Alright, so give me a second. I need to do something real quick. I need to actually reload over in the middle city here, I think. It is a bit of a long wind here, but it needs to be done because... Well, it just needs to be done. That's all I'm saying right now, because something will happen when I go this evil route, so it's best to get the items off her at this point. Because as much as I hate to go about this route, this is kind of necessary. Alright, we're gonna go back. We're gonna talk with Arueshalae at the Nexus. But we're gonna remove everything from her, because this does matter. And I'm about to ruin everything. Alright. Sorry, Arueshalae, we're taking everything off you, for obvious reasons. Besides, we do need to get a cloak off you, so this is actually prime opportunity to do so, so... Alright. With that out of the way, now we will just speed through the conversation, and we'll get to that point again. Alright, so we're here. Alright, boys and girls, get ready. Here's the answer to Desna's riddle. You dream of the same things that demons desire because you're a demon too. And there's no escaping that. I see. Arueshalae mulls over your words with a stunned expression. So that's what she meant. I'm a demon. Of course I'm a demon. I've always been one and will remain one. The flames rise higher and higher. Arueshalae's dream disappears in the all-consuming flame. And she's gone. We will meet her soon, though. Or, we will meet her another time. But for now, she's completely gone. She will not be recruitable during this time if you wish to go this route. If you like Arueshalae, it is highly advised that you do not take the evil route, because, honestly, I think the story's better, personally, if you go the good routes. But that's just my personal opinion on it, so... Really just take your pick on what's better for you. If you like Arueshalae good, then that's the better way to go about things. If you like her evil, well, do what I'm doing. But yes, no, if you wish to go about it a unique way, this is the way to go about it. You're going to understand really quickly how things are going to be turning out for everybody, but... yeah. I wouldn't say everything's hunky-dory, but it's close enough. Alright, we're gonna save here. And actually, before we go, we want to go talk with Zacharias, which I think is over in the Terrace, where we saw him before. And we need to go over to that area, talk with him, or we need to go into the Storyteller's Tower, I believe, to go contact him. Either way, we should be able to find him without too much trouble. But we'll see, we'll see. There's a lot to cover. Alright. From here, we just rush up. And I guess we'll go talk with Zacharias here. And give him a prompt answer. Yeah, no, we need to go to the Storyteller, let him know that we need Zacharias. And yeah, we'll go from there. I do believe this is the only way to contact him, though. because I have been doing research just to check, make sure I'm not, you know, scuffing things up, but these steps are really necessary for lichdom. So, if you want this, you need to follow this to the T. Because at this point, you're still not a complete lich, I must admit, so one thing at a time, I suppose. One thing at a time. Upstairs we go. Alright. Let's talk with the storyteller. Storyteller. Tells Aquarius that I have news for him. The storyteller does not seem surprised. I will tell him during our next meeting, which is to happen in the very near future. We have agreed that in return for my account of the art of Garund mages, he will give me an item that holds a most intriguing and tragic story. Good.
I lead, you follow.
Now, I think that covers it. Unless I am mistaken. Please examine any of the items I've got. Okay, there's another relic that we can restore, but that's going to take time to get assorted. I guess we go to... Alright, one sec. I just need to check the, thing. Hold on. Yeah, no, okay. So, what the game doesn't describe is if you don't inform, yeah, if you don't inform Zachorius with the storyteller, you basically can't get the information, I do believe, so I guess we'll see how that plays out. I'm not sure if there's any specific, like, trigger here, but I'm gonna do a quick check. Just to make sure. Okay, hold on. Alright, I guess we go outside, and Zachorius should be willing to talk with us. I'm not sure. But I do believe the information is going to help here. But, we'll see. We'll see. Regardless, we're going to give a ton of information to Zachorius, because he is literally our, he's the guy that's going to be helping us achieve lichdom in the beginning, so yeah. The storyteller told me you have news. Did you complete the task I gave you? Noctulia extinguished a passion in Alinthia's heart. The lich looks at you thoughtfully. She extinguished her passion. That makes sense. Suppressing all the desires and affections in a victim's heart would plunge them into the blackest depression. The urge to resist and the will necessary to perform even the most basic, instinctive actions would disappear. It's almost genius. She mortally wounded the soul. She deadened her enemy's desires and turned Alinthia into a shadow of her former self. An inert object that could easily be manipulated. How clever. Tell me, student, why do you think Noctulia attacked Alinthia in this way? Hmm. Give me a second to see if there's anything specific we need to follow here. Okay, I don't see anything that, links to it. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Here we go. No, we don't want that. Okay, hold on. This is gonna take a moment. 1 second. Yeah, this is not helping. Hold on. I don't think there's a specific thing that needs to be done here, but... Um... Hmm. I think it's honestly the first option. She suppressed Olinthia's rage in order to make her weak. Oh, okay. Zachorias shakes his head. I doubt it. Noctulia is known for taking her foes by surprise. She prefers a swift kill, not a prolonged fight. I do not believe Noctulia did anything to weaken Olinthia. I do not even think that there was a battle between them. I believe Noctulia killed her with a single blow. By that time, Olinthia knew what hit her. It was too late. The Lich glares at you for a while in silence, then he barks irritably. You have grasped the essence of the riddle, but you have not found the answer. You know what, let's load. Well, it's a good thing we got the autosave here. Alright, so if it's not that, I think it's definitely option 2, I think. Because obviously option 3 is, she's not gonna feel bloody sad. I mean, it sounded like she was actually eager for that to happen. And if we look at it, it looks like something pierced her chest. So it was somewhat instant, so I guess it's option 2. Alright. Noctulia took away her enemy's will to live. I think that's what killed Olinthia. That's a plausible theory. When a soul loses the will to live, its energies become inert, devoid of any active principle. In other words, it becomes nothing more than an object. An object such as a crystal, for example. And how do you think Noctulia extinguished Olinthia's passion? Noctulia used an enchanted weapon to extinguish the passion in Olinthia's heart. How fascinating! No, keep that bolt away from me. I can see it perfectly well from here. Amazing. The spell that have been cast on this bolt contained so much despair, grief, and gloom. They would make even a divine soul curl up in a dark corner and wallow in self-pity. I see that you have already figured it out. I commend you for your discernment. Perhaps you are more worthy of my gift than I realized. I shall do what Noctulia did to her enemies. And no, I do not mean that I shall shoot you in the heart with a black bolt of despair. I am speaking figuratively. If we used a bolt like that on you, it would likely kill you. After all, it is a weapon designed to take the lives of demon lords. There is no sense in poking you with it. But I finally have an answer. I shall extinguish the passion within your soul. You'll have to give up everything you hold dear, everything you love, and everything that stirs your desires. Love, carnal and romantic gold. Carnal and romantic. Gold, delicious food and tart wines, glory, and the triumph of victory. I shall take it all, and throw it into the sacrificial fire. And when it all burns away into nothingness, you will embark upon a new path of ashes with a dead heart. Then, and only then, will you become a noble undead, an eternal philosopher, a lord of death. Yes, this is it. By taking everything from you, I shall give you everything. What does the ritual entail? Decorius gives you a sinister grin. We shall commit a murder. You must extinguish all the passion in your heart. They bind you too tightly to your mortality, and keep your soul attached to this living body of blood and bone. You must renounce your desires, destroy them, and your heart will become cold, hard, and dead. Only then will you have the power you desire, but the price will be high. I'm ready to undergo the ritual and become a lich. Very well. Finish up your business in the abyss quick and return to the ziggurats. I shall be waiting for you. As it has been deemed, chaos shall reign. When we reach that point, that is. Now we just gotta wait for this to fold into place. There we go. And now, we can finally get on with the proper story that we had intended to do. We have now completed Decorius' stuff, so that is good and dandy. We do need to have Ember talk with Noctulia, so that is a thing. But other than that, we just got to do the Midnight Isle quests. But for us to bring Ember into Noctulia's court, we need to actually get in good with the next standing individual. But I digress. Time will tell. Alright. We have everything we could possibly do for Skeletor, being buffed as he is. He's got the highest amount of will he can possibly get, I think. And it's not like we're running into any fear effects, so it's not like we need to worry about that, so... We're really running with a seriously high willpower save, I'd say. And honestly, we're gonna need it in multiple times at this point. For now, though, the harm of ardent dreams awaits us. Alright, let's go talk with this individual here. After she notices you, Shamira gives you a displeased frown and irritably asks, "You again? Have you no friends that you must keep coming here to chat with me? Or perhaps, though I find this extremely hard to believe, you are not completely useless and have something that interests me." You know what? I feel like I would be obligated to say this. Less of your arrogance. You have no ideas what powers I command. Shamir just shrugs, looking bored. No matter what powers you possess, I doubt they would impress me more than two Beowulfs who started a fight in the middle of the city, and whom I have forced into obedience. I doubt you would be a match for an infuriated Merilith robbed by some cunning thief. Negotiating with you will hardly be more difficult than negotiating with the unknown monster that emerged from Isia and planned to devour this island whole in a singular gulp. If you seek to impress me, you'll have to do something more than just boasting about your powers. I've completed your task. Shamir ignores you, looking somewhere else, but in your mind you hear her, an angry hiss. So speak if you have, but use your mind instead of your flapping lips. Your mind. I know you have done much to win Shamir's favor, but my heart tells me that helping her would lead to evil. Forget everything I told you. We'll find another way to complete our mission. It is wrong to fight evil by increasing the power of another evil. Reject the promises of the Ardent Dream, and we'll leave this place before we betray ourselves and our ideals. Alright, I'm tired of her shit. She needs to calm the hell down. She is being a jerk at this point. Screw you. You can stew in your ignorance. What? You little piece of filth! A painful spasm twists through your body. Shamira's magic crashes over your will. With a bit of effort, you manage to force Shamir out of your mind. An angry grimace contorts her face. You can't break me. Cursing, Shamir brings more force to bear against you. A vein pulses on her temple. The latest attack is much stronger, but you muster all of your willpower and again manage to fend her off. Keep trying. It won't work. Swearing, Shamir unleashes all of her power on you. You'll regret that, you little son of a... You wish you refused to talk? So be it! I'll just rip everything you know out of your mind! Shamir's last blow is not strong enough to break you. You force Lucianira's ruler out of your mind, delivering a brutal, parting blow. You've lost. Get out of my head. Shamir reclines on her throne, exhausted, and hisses through clenched teeth. Get out of my harem, now. A buzzing hum rises among the throng of spectators who witness your confrontation. You hear angry curses directed at you, but they all ring hollow. For the first time in centuries, Shamir has just received a public dressing down, and witnessing it was a true delight for the assembled demons. Alright, I'm not sure what's gonna happen here, but we'll save just to be safe. Yeah, good. Yeah, so that's fun. We just basically spin her face.
Curious mortal.
You hear in your head a female voice, melodious, low, and sensual. You're rather intriguing yourself.
There's a reason they call me Noctulia, the Lady in Shadow. My words and thoughts are shrouded in darkness.
I take it I finally have your attention?
Yes, your arrival in Arueshalae was quite impressive. Rumors have reached me even here, behind my locked gates and my wall of valiant guards. Rumors of a remarkable Galarian taking my Arueshalae by storm.
So what do you need?
I would like to meet you in person, my remarkable and daring Galarian guest. You have been granted a great honor, an audience with a lady in shadows. You have my permission to enter the palace. Go there and wait. I will arrive when the time is right. Until then, you will be taken care of by One of my servants.
Alright. As you can see, we've gotten the attention of Arueshalae, and she is quite pleased at us, I would assume. Then again, we just spit in somebody's face in the ardent delight, so yeah. I say that's pretty up there in regards to the whole situation at hand. Although, before we do go, I do think we should at the very least try and rest. I think that's only fair. Or at least something that we should consider. Yeah, no, so we're gonna go back to the base. So that way we can go and rest, get our skeleton back, and just overall get some more power working for us. So, why not? Let's get some more power. I mean, we have the option to do so, right? So, yeah. Alright, we're gonna go to the caves. We are going to rest up. We're gonna use that buff, obviously, that we've been using thus far. The Demon Stew, I think it's called. Yeah, Demon Slayer Soup. Scroll Scribing is done by her. Yeah, Supporter, there we go. Alright. We are missing the required feat for Potion of Stone Skin, so we won't be able to get that, unfortunately, but whatever. Displacement is perfectly fine by me. And Demon Slayer Sloop. Yeah, we'll keep that.
A thief
Done
once
and
broke
done.
into our house.
Don't.
Alright. That is a Displacement Potion, a Demon Slayer Soup, and a Scroll of Blink. Solid.
Head on.
Alright, we're going to replace some of the items that Skeletor has on him now, because we don't need to wear them. Alright, so what we want to wear is obviously the Ring of Boreal Might. We are going to want the... what is it? Gloves of Monster Protection we don't need. We are going to need some Intelligence, so we'll just swap that there. There we go. Don't need the Neandrian Lee collar. I think... oh, right. We need to replace the Cloak and get the Bound of Possibility, obviously, because +4 to Lore Beyond the Grave is nice. Okay, what else? We've got the Demonic Belts, if we want to increase our con. The Belt of the Venerated Champion is a tempting thing, because it would increase our Fortitude by a bit, because, honestly, we're running low on that. Do I want the Belt of Venerated Champion, though? It is slightly better than the Belt of Demonic Shadow, because this is ZR7 Demon, so... yeah, that's going to boost our con up to 13, which is really nice. The Robe of the Seven Sins is a keeper because it increases cast level by 3. Save DC is increased by 1, and 5 competence bonus on cast level is really nice. Okay. I don't think there's anything else we want to cover. Unless I'm mistaken. Although, let's see. Let's actually take this off and actually get Lethal Conductor. Because this is going to give a competence bonus on touch attacks, which is something Evelyn uses a lot, I'm gonna say. We can also give her an offhanded thing if we wish, which should be able to be another way to actually... oh, wait, hold on. These gloves are counterintuitive, so we can give her something better. Let's see. I guess we could go with the Gloves of Monster Protection, couldn't we? Because Evelyn does have some summon skills now. That's assuming we want to go that route, of course. Other alternatives are varied. Does she have any interest in... yeah, we don't need that. Okay, let's see. Neandrian League Collar, we don't need. A morale bone, yeah, we don't need that. Okay, Headband of Vast Intelligence, we already got. Inspired Wisdom, we already got. Twisted Temptation is only good for casters with enchantments, which we don't have. Okay, Steady Finger gives a competence bonus. This gives us a competence bonus, so take that off. I think we'll go with the Gloves of an Enduring Wizard, because that just gives temporary HP for a minute, which is alright, I suppose. It's better than nothing. As for the gloves... well, we've already got the gloves. We need something for bracers, I suppose, so I guess we go repelling bracers here. Yeah, there we go. And boots-wise, there is not many, if at all. I could also go with Jaws of the Jackal, couldn't I? Athanadaemon, it grants a greater profane vigor effect. Okay. Summoned creature gains a +2 profane bonus on attack rolls and skill checks. Summoned creature gains a +4 profane bonus. Okay. Tempting, but not required. Okay. And the only other thing is the Gloves of the Neophyte. Yeah, no, there's nothing here for boots, so... yep, never mind. I'm quite satisfied with what we've got currently. But I will replace the Ring of Sacred Touch with Planar Navigation, I think. All summon spells at 6th level and lower are maximized, yep. Right. Yeah, it's not that great, actually. Never mind. Any other good rings that we have? We've got the Steady Finger, which increases via competence bonus. Doesn't seem to conflict for some reason. Which is interesting. Okay. Do we have any other things that we can wield in addition to this? Not really. Yeah, we'll leave it alone for now. Okay. Well, we got our spells, so that's all that matters. Alright.
You follow.
Let us go in here. Gather everybody up. We are going to the Terrace of the Favored Mistress, and we are going to arrange things accordingly. Alright, organize everybody accordingly. There we go.
Does anyone require my counsel?
Alright, let's start buffing everybody up like crazy, and we should be good. I do believe. I guess I could open the spellbook to see if there's anything that changed. Not really, from the looks of it. There is a 7th level spell that we can grab if we wish, rather. We're just gonna grab Curse. We're gonna grab Harm. Nothing too creative here needs to be done. We could get Remove Disease if we're feeling spicy, but there really is no need. Let's just go Magical Vestment. Bugger it. There we go. Okay, we got this. We got that. Okay, Align Weapons, good. Let's go Find Traps, because that's nice. Oh. Okay, yeah, no, we got the spells there. Alright. Fine for those. Okay, we're good there. Alright, Evelyn. Alright, we've got Heroic Invocation. We've got multiple castings of Foresight now, which is going to help somebody here. We've got Prediction of Failure, we've got Rift of Ruin, we've got Death Clutch. We could go Summon Monster 8, but I don't see a reason to do that, so... Honestly, another Death Clutch would be nice. Yeah, no, the chance to instantly kill somebody is pretty tempting, but honestly we don't do it enough to warrant it, so... I think Prediction of Failure is just the best choice here, isn't it? Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay. Everything's good there. Skeletor, you're already a prepped caster, so you don't need to worry about that. Alright. Let's start buffing, I guess. Alright, bless. Shield of Faith for everybody, obviously. I am buffing prematurely because this is required. And I never know what's going to happen, right? Okay, we want the Skeleton and Bismuth buffed. Alright, Skeletal Executioner, here we go. Alright, we want good aligned weapons, because that is what all demons are weak to. And that will help us bypass any DR they might have. That is assuming we run into their DR, that is, but it's still necessary all the same. Eagle Splendor, Emberless Armor. Alright. Buff that, there we go. Everybody gets resist. Okay, we are gonna go with Magical Vestment Armor on... I think we just do it on... Yeah, we'll just do Magical Vestment Armor and Shield on Merman here. I'm not sure who's gonna benefit from it, but we'll see. Alright. 3, 4, 5. Freedom of movement. Alright, life bubble now. Okay, life bubble next. There we go. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, True Sight. Mask, Luck, and Resolve. Angelic Aspect, Mind Blank Communal. Alright.
I need to concentrate.
I will cast Spell Resistance on Merman at this point. Alright, now we give everybody their usual buffs. Alright, let's change you back into your normal form, obviously. Make it easier to cast. Okay. Alright. Now the armor for Barkskin. Okay. Bismuth. And Executioner. Magic Fang Greater. Alright, Bismuth himself with Gorilla. Featherstep Mask, Echo Location. Alright, we've covered the freedom of movement for everybody, but... Alright, Skeletor and Evelyn. Now for Bismuth and the Skeletal Executioner. Animal Growth for Bismuth. Alright, Cat's Grace Mass. Stone Skin Communal. Full Strength Mass. Owl's Wisdom Mass. Legendary Proportions. We start with the key players here. There we go. I accidentally cast it on myself. That's not good. We will use Frightful Aspect here. Then we will turn into a Black Dragon here. With the Polymorph. Well, hold on. We need to first drink the mutagen. And turn into a Black Dragon. There we go.
I stand ready. Let's move already.
Alright, Evelyn. Now for you. Okay. Bismuth. Find traps. Delay poison communal. Death ward for everybody. And this takes a while, but it needs to be done for the refreshing of time. There we go. Greater heroism. Alright, and now him. Ice Body. Foresight for Merman. Heroic Invocation for everybody. Alright, now for Skeletor. Holy. Alright, there we go. Let's go with Blur for everybody. 4, 5. Alright, and finally, Skeletal Executioner. I think I got everybody with the Blur, so yeah, there we go. Alright. Now, for primary weapons, we go with Merman here. We do... Yep, we do Trap Jaw. We do the Skeletal Executioner as well. And finally, AoE. There we go, everybody gets protection. We already have Deny Death active for most everybody. The only person who does not have it is Bismuth and the Skeletal Executioner, so we're going to give them the respective buffs. Yeah, you don't have it. Okay, so yeah, I'm giving it to Bismuth as well. There we go. Deny Death has been provided. We go with Thought Sense, Bone Shields. Alright, False Grace for everybody. Blessing of Unlife. We don't need to put that on the skeleton, and we've already given our buff over to him, so we don't need to do that again. It's just going to last a bit less. Alright, we are going to polymorph Triclop.
I'll make my own legend.
After we give him a dex buff. Alright, we are going to polymorph him into a... Well, we could go Black Dragon or something else. Honestly, it's not that great. Let's just go with the usual form here. We'll churn him into this sort of dragon here. Because he's just better off that way, I think. It is Dragonkind 2, and...
This is my path.
Oh, it gives resistance fire 20. This gives... Yeah, it basically gives the same. So it's basically... Yeah, it's not that great, but it's still a change. Alright, there we go. Alright, that's everybody buffed, I think. Positioning. How do I want to handle this? Alright, so to start off with, I'm gonna swap the two guys over here. There we go. We're gonna swap it like that. So, animal companions are out on the outside, but we have two dragons on the inside who will act as sub-tanks of sorts. I think that covers most everything. I'm going to save here. But yeah. We kind of need this for a number of reasons, but I digress. We'll see. Alright, and with that, unless I'm mistaken, that should be everything that we want. Attend the audience in Noctulia's palace, and arrange a meeting with Noctulia for Ember. That's really the only thing we need to do now. There we go. Hello.
I sense something.
Apparently there's something there. Okay. The Lone Wolf's Cloak. Whenever the wearer of this cloak has no enemies or allies around in a 10-foot area, they gain a +3 to damage rolls on their ranged attacks, and a +2 bonus on all saving throws. This is good if you're a ranged user, but again, it's not that amazing, so... Take it with a grain of salt, what you will. Alright, that's another little platform. And we are led to the senior guard. A mighty demon, his chin lifted arrogantly, glances at you with no hint of interest. I want to go in. Our lady has ordered us not to bar your way. Good. Good. Alright. Well, let's see if there's anything worth interest here. Grab this. Mercenaries, huh? Alright, well, we don't need those things, I don't think. And I don't think there's anything else here, so... I guess we'll check that area. We'll check the other side just in case. You never know, right? Alright, what's going on here? Bunch of citizens here. Nothing too crazy. Alright, what about here? Anything here? Feels like there's a merchant here, but I guess not. Ah well. It don't matter much. It just means we gotta move over to here. And now we go into the House of Silken Shadows. Let's save here, because this will dictate a lot of what we do, but who knows? Who bloody knows? Now, depending how things go here, we'll have to see, but I don't know. But it depends wholly on how the conversation ends up going. Knowledge World.
Did you see that?
The ink on the page is still wet. The book tells of the murderous massacre committed by the Lady in Shadow among the Colossus demons in the Midnight Isles. It seems to have happened quite recently.
I did it!
The Lady in Shadow's library is called the Vault of Graves. It contains the biography of everyone whose life Noctulia has ever taken, and her victims are innumerable. The tall shelves are stuffed with countless books and scrolls, praising the Lady in Shadow's many deeds. Some tomes are old and threadbare. Others are new and in mint condition.
Onwards!
Our Lady in Shadow, the Queen of Midnight Isle. Lady Noctulia, Demon Lord of Darkness and... Yes. Okay. The tall shelves are stuffed with countless books and scrolls, praising the Lady... Okay. Basically the same exact thing. Okay, what's in here?
I sense something.
Books written in multiple languages. The titles can be translated, are dedicated to research into the nature of souls. Key to the last threshold. Many mortal researchers have ventured to turn their scientific curiosity into the phenomenon that is the world wound, noting that it appears to have a life of its own. Strange natural phenomena, spontaneously arising ruptures. Basically, it's a bunch of stuff. This is the part 2 of the lexicon. If you have been collecting these lexicons, it does matter. May glory be showered on your head. Your interest in the creation of demiplanes is understandable. Any individual who has reached a certain level of power seeks for themselves a safe haven, a peaceful place for study and rest. That is why I place my high hopes in your prudence. Remember that any demiplane is but a shard of one of the true planes that typically remain under watchful eye of the powers that be. As such, I do hope that you haven't incurred the wrath of any of the other powers that hold sway over the fringe you've subjugated. As for stabilization, alas, there isn't much that you can do once the fragmentation and consolidation has been completed. Nonetheless, I have doubt that you've given enough consideration to such important matters, and ensured that your creation will be safe for you and your servants. Unless, of course, you're preparing an elaborate trap. Your fellow colleague, Valdrak Taquan.
Head on!
Hello. A Midnight Bolts. Well, we do know that a certain individual is actually leaning towards these. An unfinished draft of letter. Greetings, colleague. I thank you for the selection of materials that arrived along with your last letter. Unfortunately, I'm unable to procure even the slightest specialized studies at present, as Galarian libraries are out of my reach. Oddly enough, it's currently easier for me to receive the necessary articles by contacting a like-minded individual from a different plane of reality. In our last letter, we went over the matter of resurrecting those who stepped into the murky waters of the River of Souls. Evidence shows that those who have appeared before Pharasma's judgment and learned of their fate in the afterlife do not answer calls from the world of the living. They cannot be revived by any means. But is that really true? Do you think it would be possible to revive such a person, at least in theory? On another topic, there are known cases of ascension, or acquiring divine form, through powers that no one to this day have taken the time to study throughout. There are a plethora of examples in Galarian history, such as Arudan, who led humankind to civilization, and Iomedae, who followed her former mentor into the godly host. As I ponder these cases, I can't help but wonder, could this process be controlled? Could one create the right conditions, choose the right living material, and bring into a being creature of divine power? I'm certain that you have encountered similar phenomena in your practice, and would like to discuss this matter further. Perhaps you are still in possession of notes or drafts that could shed light. And it's cut off. Hello, it's a familiar projector, I do believe. As you know, my dear addressee, given the score of the planes, time is a relative concept, and in the abyss it can be even more unreliable. Therefore, I do not allow myself the vain hope that my message will reach you in time. Okay. Your final question was about the possibility of a complete awakening in the memories of the mortal life within a soul that has already passed through. Pharasma's judgment. I will send you the research in all the cases which I am aware where such awakening took place. Okay. Despite the fact that this list is quite extensive, my conclusion is that such recorded cases are the rarest exception to the rule. And with the absolute majority of souls, an occurrence such as this cannot happen. Surely. Okay. Both the wonder and the tragedy of mortality lie in the fact that there was certain moments after which the process is final and irreversible. The essence that departs the judgment of the Lady of Grave is no longer what it was in life. And we, as scientists, must account for this in the system of knowledge we are constructing. Alright. Interesting. Basically same thing. Okay. So it doesn't yield much, ultimately. To my knowledge, anyways. Okay, there's nothing there. So I guess we go over to this side here, see what's going on here. Okay, there's succubi, guards, that sort of thing. Alright, let's bring everybody in. In we go. Okay, we got some loot here in the form of scrolls. Never hurts to have. Got more loot there. Nothing too crazy. What's in here? Got random assortments of loot. Grab that. What's in here? More loot.
No secret.
And we got some secrets in here, apparently. Let's pick the lock of this. Nice. Pick the lock of this. Nice. Okay, what do we got here? We've got something here. An emerald hiding away. And there we go. I think that's it. Yep, I don't see anything else as far as I'm aware, so yeah. Alright, well. Let's save and let's move on, because I think this is as far as we can get without doing anything too creative. And actually, I want to do something specific. Let's see. I do believe I've already saved, so I'm going to do that again just to be safe. Because we are going to be doing something fairly insane, I would say. I just need to see if I have the ability to accomplish it. No idea, to be honest. Alright, so before I begin, let us... Okay, so there should be a book here. We need to go by newest to oldest here. Yeah, there's something special. The letters written by the hand of a Liruvorlash appear to have a life all of their own. A moment's inattention, and they begin to disperse, changing shape and moving towards the edge of the page, as though they are planning to leap off. The commander lays the second part of the lexicon of paradox next to the first, and the movement of the letters become more intelligible. The lines of both parts now seem drawn to each other, straining to unite and form new sentences. Focus on the text. Skeletor's attention focuses on a couple of words that seem to have only just swapped places. The words freeze as though they've never moved at all. But out of the corner of his eye, the commander sees several words on the other side of the page begin to discreet. Game leapfrog. Let's try and join the halves. Skeletor brings the two halves of lexicon together, but nothing happens. No magic sparks, no extraordinary transformation. The lexicon of Paragox remains in two ripped halves. All that happens is the lines of text begin to move before his eyes. The letters of the two halves are striving to merge into the words, but they cannot. Let's try to compare the words of the lexicon's two halves to grasp their hidden meaning. Naturally, I would do this, but as you can see, we need a serious amount of knowledge checks. At the very least, I could probably get Knowledge World, but no, we're gonna load. So, as you can see, there is a secret there, and this leads into a different ending in of its own. So you need to do this if you want to check it out. As you could probably guess, I'm probably not going to go for this story, but yeah. We are going to attempt it, at the very least, so we need to actually have high knowledge checks. Thankfully, we can forge those knowledge checks into something by using items, I do believe. Alright. Naturally, price in descending order. Let's see. We need things that give bonuses to knowledge checks in general, so... Let's see, do we have anything here from Evelyn? I don't think we do. No, okay. Let's see. Alright, so let's see. I do believe a cloak of ours actually gives us a 10. No, it gives us a 10 to use magic device. Okay. So we need a knowledge check of 10 for each individual thing. Okay, what sort of knowledges can we muster here? Hold on. Okay, no. Yeah, no, if I was using Evelyn, this would be a lot easier, but I guess not. Then again, it comes with the knowledge check association, I suppose, doesn't it? Actually, hold on. 4 from Morale, 1 from Healer, 3 from Dealer Demon Slayer Soup, we got Class Skill, and we got Intelligence of 10, so... Just having a high intelligence is the key thing here. Yeah, I do know there are ways to increase it by 10. I just need to find them, really. I guess we go by type. Yeah, in descending order here. Brace of the Heavy Hand, Bracers of the Eldritch Scholar, Thick Pelt Cloaks. Yeah, there's nothing there. Okay, Wind Breath. Alright, there's Neandrian Lee Collar. Okay. Just wondering if there is anything that will help us here. I don't think there is. Right, I do have the Helmet of the Abyss Killer, right? That's fun. Okay, Surely there's something. Apologies if I'm taking time on this. I really do want to figure this out, but... Worst case, we can't, and then I'll just have to find another way about it. This gives use magic device. This gives mobility. Okay, those are just belts of strength and whatnot. And now all we got here is rings, which aren't going to help us, I don't think. Dang. Alright, well, the only other way is to find ways to increase our intelligence somehow, but I don't think we'll be able to do that just yet, so we're just gonna have to wait on this, I think. That is all we can really do, unless I can find a way to boost our knowledge checks higher than they already have with Skeletor, which I highly doubt. Alright, well, basically, I will say this. If you solve those riddles yourself, then you will get something out of it, so we're just gonna load here, and we're just gonna go in. You'll understand soon why I'm prying over that book a little bit, but yeah, it's things. It's things. Regardless, we're not going to be following that path, but if you're curious, that is a pathway to another thing you can go for. Is there anything here? No. Is there anything here? No. Okay. Alright, post up, boys. Post up.
Greetings.
A stately shadow comes towards you. In its hand, a small mirror sparkles and shimmers with an unsettling light.
Greetings, Commander.
The dredge called the Suture grins as he shifts clumsily from foot to foot in a crude attempt at a courtly bow. I came to speak with Noctulia. Well, what are you doing here, Aliru? And with Suture in tow?
The Suture is my servant. I did not expect him to rush into the abyss after me, but I have allowed him to remain with me while I take care of some business. However, you asked what I am doing here. I bring answers.
Arilu stiffens, and her face becomes a mask.
You have walked a long path, one where shadows constantly flicker at the edge of your vision, and questions multiply like flies above carrion. It is time for answers. At least, some of them.
Arilu lifts her mirror, and you fall into its cold, shimmering depths.
Day 16, Aridus 4715. Experiment, transformation. Subject, let's skip that. Objective, to embed the essence of a Nahindrian crystal in the soul of the subject. Expected result, the essence will coalesce with the subject's soul, which will ready itself for total transformation, triggering the concomitant powers. The time has come to put my plan into action. You are my creation. Your power was my gift. Now you know.
Arilu stares at you, her gaze unrelenting, probing. The witch is silent for a long time. When she speaks, her voice is unreadable, betraying no emotion. Let's say I believe you. Why did you need to do all this?
You are asking the right questions, but the time has not yet come.
Ah, such special memories. Remember the laboratory, do you? I told you back then. Go on, look around. See all the ones Lady Arilu worked on. Here with us is definitely the place for you.
The dredge grins in satisfaction. The unseen angel does not speak. but his silence seems to thunder in your ears.
Your power is of the same kind as that of Nulkineth, Jerrybeth, and the other demons that you have met. The power of the Nahindrian crystal dissolved into the blood lies within your soul. I have already hinted at this to you once before, when I left the essence along with the lexicon of paradox in my old laboratory, and ordered the suture to make sure the gift found its way into your hands. But there is more. Do you remember when you were taken to Canobris with a wound that would not heal? Do you remember how Terendelev apparently healed you? That was merely an illusion. The dragon was only able to temporarily dull the pain. In fact, it was I who saved you, when I came to you in the caves and implanted a crystal within you. No, saved is not the right word. Your wound is still not healed. That is why your wound weeps blood from time to time, every drop of which burns your enemies.
As if to confirm her words, blood begins to seep from the wound on your chest. Eerie flames seem to dance within the crimson drop.
This is pure essence of Nahindrian crystal. My invention is far superior to the crystals used by Xanther, which were barely refined at all. It will give you new strength, and help you to overcome the wound that still slumbers within your soul. Take it. Take it, and you will see that this is the very power that has lived in you since the Battle of Canobris.
That's not going to work. You need to tell me everything first.
Very well, then. Ask your questions, and I will answer.
Arilu winces slightly, but quickly regains her composure. What is the wound in my soul? How dangerous is it?
It was my mistake. My failure. I failed to... The tale is too long to recount here. Your wound is a reflection of the world wound, in a way. It is very dangerous, even if you do not yet realize it. It is not a disease, but rather an abscess, which will one day burst and kill you. It cannot fully be healed until the world wound is healed. No doubt you have felt this affliction on several occasions. It awakens when you use your power. It makes you sense more strongly what mortals call the corruption of the abyss. Until the world wound is healed, you will have no peace.
You followed me.
Like a witch in a fairy tale, I watched over you from birth. From before that, even. And I kept detailed notes. You were chosen and prepared for a special destiny. I am pleased to see that you still wear them. I enchanted them specially to protect you from danger. I am glad you found my gift useful.
Arilu's eyes drop to your bracers, the ones inscribed with your name. So, yeah. You know those bracers we got at the very beginning of the game? Those bracers were gifted to us by Arilu herself.
Aside from this, I helped you, even when you were unaware of my presence. I saved you and your unfortunate companions when you fell into the crevice in Canobris. In the Grey Garrison, it was I who distracted Minago to allow you to approach the Wardstone. And in Dresden, I appeared under the guise of Yoniel to guide you toward the Sword of Valor. And I also left you a present in my old laboratory, and told the suture to see that you received it. I knew that sooner or later you would find your way there. That place exerts a powerful pull.
In that case, thank you for your help. Should help out more often.
Certainly. But do not expect me to solve all your problems. A child that is forever carried in its mother's arms will never learn to walk.
Why was the whole ploy with the lab necessary? You were ready to sacrifice your servant, the Suture, for us.
You always have to sacrifice something. I wanted you to go to the laboratory to see with your own eyes what I had been doing and what I am capable of, so it would be easier for you to accept the truth. The laboratory is the place where I prepared your ascent. And the Suture was the only one who I could trust to execute my plan and explain everything. After all, he too once experienced rebirth at my hands. And that is why I was willing to risk his life.
Look at that. I've actually provoked a reaction. That's the second time your expression has changed when I mentioned the Suture. Now I know the Architect of the World Wound is capable of feeling remorse. If only when she sends her Dretch minion on a deadly mission.
I see I am not the only one making observations and drawing conclusions. You are analyzing me. That is commendable.
Arulu's face remains impassive, but she is silent. For so long, its blankness becomes almost uncanny. The Lich Zachorius performed a powerful ritual on me, but he could not extract my soul. It was too strong. What is happening to me?
It is undoubtedly due to the influence of the Nahindrian crystal that I am planted in you. It is not surprising that your soul is strong. It is mixed with the spiritual essence of a demon lord, and a very powerful one at that. I am uncertain whether your soul could ever be ripped from your body, although I would advise against putting it to the test. However, you have the right to find your own way, and to test the limits of your power as much as you wish.
Tell me about Neandrian crystals. Start from the beginning.
Nahindrian crystals are formed from the solidified blood of demon lords. Their properties are not well known, even among the inhabitants of the Abyss. And there are reasons for this. Acquiring the blood of a dead demon lord is very difficult. After a demon lord dies, their body is instantly absorbed into the Rift of Repose. Only the Lady in Shadow knows how to kill them in a way that allows her to preserve the bodies of her fellow lords and transform them into a solid state. That means that Nahindrian crystals cannot be obtained anywhere other than the Midnight Isles. Or rather, it was impossible until recently, when I managed to experimentally obtain a crystal from the blood of a still living lord. You saw the result. A dagger made from Discare's freshly shed blood, which I left for you in Canabris. As regards the use of the crystals, that is a discussion that would take time, a very long time. Someday I will finish my groundbreaking treatise on the transformation of Nahindrian crystals, although it is unlikely I will ever publish it.
Have you figured out how to use the crystals and imbue living creatures with power?
Not just any creatures. Demons. And half-demons. The soul must have a stable connection with the Abyss in order for it to receive the power of the crystal. Experiments involving tieflings and mongrels failed because the voice of the Abyss was not strong enough within them.
What have you done to my soul, then?
Your soul?
Arilu echoes.
I changed myself by knitting my soul together with the essence of the Abyss. And I changed you. Do you remember the fits of rage that began shortly after Discare's attack on Canabris? This is how the second half of your soul manifested itself. Not yet fully aware. Not yet awakened. It's a pity you did not choose to let your demonic nature take hold. The result would have been most impressive. All those arrogant crusaders, those knights with their eyes ablaze, those pious priests. They have installed at the head of their magnificent army a scion of the abyss, the creation of the architect of the world wound, whom they so revile.
It's strange to see you here in Noctulia's palace. Who do you really serve? Discari? Baphomet?
Both, and neither. I have served both Discari and Baphomet, and not merely as the lowest in the pecking order. But I do not think you'll be surprised when I tell you that to me, both of these mighty lords are merely convenient temporary sources of power. And their time is almost at an end. But the Lady in Shadow is different. She is the preeminent ruler. Soon you will understand this for yourself.
Arilu's tone is indifferent as she informs you of this, as if she were simply commenting the weather, rather than her obedience before demons. My power is different from that of Jerbeth, Nulkaneth, and the other demons.
Yes, because I taught Xanther and the other servants of Baphomet and Discari the earliest version of this transformation ritual. I spent decades perfecting it, until I obtained the power that I gave to you. Power in its most purified form, cleansed of the filth and chaos inherent within the original blood of the demon lords. Your power is as pure as thrice distilled water, but it resonates with other powerful sources of supernatural power, such as the Sword of Valor. And your power can change. You must have realized this already. You have shaped my gift into a form that you yourself have chosen. You are seeking answers, trying to understand the crux of the matter. That is good.
Arilu gives you an appraising look as she says this. What I want to know is this. What do you want from me, Aliru?
Patience. Before we continue, I want you to receive your power.
I will not refuse this power, but I will decide how to use it. You touch the essence, and the power, so familiar and clear, flows through you like a river. The power that courses through you is immense. The wound on your chest closes up, as if it had never existed.
Now you know. You truly know.
Enough! Enough of this madness! I was blind. O Lady of Heaven, how blind I was. I saw holiness in the half-fiend's creation.
The voice of the Hand of the Inheritor thunders beside you. Arilu does not move, seemingly unaware of his presence.
Away! Away from this festering hole! I must bring this terrible truth to Queen Galfrey, and save those who can be saved from this darkness!
The angel's voice fades, and you can no longer feel his presence. He has disappeared.
I want to help you close the world wound.
Arilu looks up to you for a while, then she speaks. Arilu's words are cut off by a quiet laugh. Sitting on the throne that was empty just a moment ago is none other than Noctulia, ruler of Evolutionira and the Midnight Isles, is a powerful demon lord and is the one they call Our Lady in Shadow. Her red lips curl into an ironic smile, and her large eyes observe you in keen interest.
You were about to say, we are going to close the world wound, weren't you, Arilu? I see no reason to continue deceiving this mortal. Now I am convinced that he is quite worthy of serving me. I will even reward him with a modicum of knowledge about the events in which he is about to take part.
Yeah, hi. Just so we understand each other, I'm not going to grovel on my knees before you.
Have I told you to bow down? Trust me, if I need you to do something, I won't leave you guessing. You will know my desires immediately, and you will know just as swiftly why fulfilling those desires is in your best interest.
Noctulia laughs in response to your brash words.
I have had my eye on you for a very long time. You see, it was at my behest that Lady Vorlesh imbued you with such incredible powers. But I was curious to see your worth as an individual, not as Lady Vorlesh's creation. Thus, I decided to postpone our meeting and see how you'd fare in Arueshalae, and whether or not you could win respect and power among those not so easily impressed by outstanding magical abilities. Well, you've passed my test adequately by proving that your character and your will are stronger than the Nahindrian powers Lady Vorlesh has vested in you.
You are wise, my lady. However, only those who have never known or forgotten what it is like to be mortal can so easily dismiss the importance of power. To be someone whose life is fragile and can be cut short at any moment, like a candle snuffed out by a gust of wind.
It is a shame your angel has left you, mortal. I would have liked to talk to him. I don't expect I will get another chance, as that celestial buffoon's days are numbered.
Why do you think the Hand of the Inheritor is gonna die?
Because he charged off all alone into the vastness of the abyss. An old friend awaits him there, the Echo of Discari. And the Echo has been anticipating this meeting for a long time.
The Hand of the Inheritor told me his magic deceives the eyes of all evil spawn of the Abyss, but not yours.
Perhaps you don't know everything about me yet, mortal. Perhaps you made the same mistake as many before you, and many who were more insightful and more powerful than you, by presuming to know what to expect from the Lady in Shadow.
Noctulia gives you a pleased and mysterious smile. Tell me about the Echo of Discari, then.
He is a strange creature, a bespoke creation, so to speak. Long before the world wound was opened, Discari, that little cricket, was seeking a way to have some fun on Galarian and assert his influence there. One day, he decided to gather a few strong mortal followers, fuse them together into one being, and pump that being full of his own power, in the belief that something worthwhile would come of it. That is how the Echo came to be. To the great dismay of both the Echo and the Lord of Crickets, the Echo was greeted by Eredin, protector of humankind. Eredin gave the Echo such a thorough thrashing, the whole Abyss thought him dead. And yet he was not. Cricket, the younger, is alive and well, though I cannot say the same for Eredin. But the Echo remembers his humiliation still. He hates anything and everything related to Eredin, especially his inheritor, Iomedae. Her heralds, her priests, her temples. He would hate Iomedae's pet pug, if she had one.
Why does the Echo of Discari prey upon the Hand of the Inheritor, then?
Envy, humiliation, ego. The usual playthings of little boys from all planes and realities. The Echoes suffered more than one defeat, first at Eredin's hand, then under the onslaught of the forces of heaven. Those routes taught him to attack his enemies by stealth, boldly and often, killing and crippling anyone close to the light-bringing goddess. Now, it seems, he has decided the time has come. The Herald of Iomade himself is in the Abyss alone, without a retinue of lesser angels.
I see.
He's an interesting little bird, that angel. Before he became the Herald of Iomade, he served Regathiel, the General of Vengeance. I've always found the fate of that Imperial Lord to be quite fascinating. Did you know that the father of the Upper Plains' top military leader was a devil from hell? Regathiel had to achieve many feats to redeem his unholy legacy in the eyes of the other Imperial Lords. But he did. A remarkable tale, is it not? Incidentally, was it really necessary to bother the dearly departed Alanithia? The shriek she let out upon returning to her grave interrupted my train of thought and quite spoiled my mood.
Why did you betray Alanithia then?
My brother, Sakothbenoth, manipulated me. He convinced me that our confrontation with Alanithia was inevitable, and that I had to strike first.
Alright, how did you kill the passion in Alinthia's heart then?
Do you honestly think you can find out such precious secrets that easily? How I dealt with past enemies is knowledge I guard very closely, and you already know more than anyone else. Be content with what knowledge you already possess. You seek more at your own peril.
Sure. I think we've spent enough time on this matter.
Indeed. We have business concerning the living. We need not waste any more time on the dead.
Alright, Barlow, just let me finish this and I will be right with you. Your conversation is interrupted by a concerned-looking succubus who silently approaches Noctulia, and then begins fervently whispering into her ear. Noctulia's expression turns hard and cold. As Noctulia ponders the new development, the messenger makes eyes at you playfully. You recognize those green eyes, except they were awash with pain when you last saw them, their owner bleeding out in the caverns of the Nexus. The succubus smiles slightly and gives you a wink.
Another island, another loss. Enough! I warned them that I would not stand for the desolation of my realm. They have not heeded me, and they will regret it. Go to your sisters, and tell them to prepare.
That green-eyed succubus. I know her.
Yes, you've already met Laulia, my talented assistant. I've heard she was very convincing at acting out her tragic death in the mines of the Nexus. As you can see, I've been watching you since your very first moments in the Abyss. And even a little earlier. I value servants such as Laulia. She stayed in character, even when you had decided to finish her off. Your merciful decision has left a lovely scar on her beautiful body. I have prepared a beautiful intrigue that will topple many of your enemies and seal the world wound forever, ending the threat to Galarian. And you have the chance to become part of that intrigue.
Did Arueshalae really create me then? She certainly had a hand in your present state of existence. Lady Vorlesh designed the world wound, a magical phenomenon of unfathomable power. To seal it, we require a key that was just as strong and unique. Simply put, we required a champion. And she chose you. Both your powers and that wound on your chest were the result of her experiments. When she infused your soul with the essence of the Abyss. Of course, you remember none of that. Everything was done in secret. Even the power granted to you was purified. To the extent that it was possible, so that you would not guess its source ahead of time. In trial after trial, we watched your will be tempered. When the time came, we started filling you with energies of Neandrian crystals. These energies are necessary for the task at hand. Everything that happened to you was part of my intrigue. I was going to summon you and reveal the truth when the time was right. Instead, you followed your queen's orders and arrived here early. One can only hope that you are prepared to accept the truth. Everything has a price, says Aliru quickly. Your wound was, in essence, the flip side of all my experiments. There was a reason why we required a true champion, not merely a living tool whom we could fling into the flames of the world wound and close it like any lesser rift. I think you should know that. Noctulia makes a sudden gesture, cutting Aliru off. Don't be too hasty. We have burdened him with enough revelations for now. Give him some time before he becomes accustomed to the truth about himself. Then you can share the details. What exactly are you offering me? I'm offering you the chance to become my weapon. Your enemies are a thorn in my side as well as yours. What's more, I've never schemed against Galarian, nor have my warriors taken part in the conquest of your plane. At least, not at my behest. There is no cause for anonymity between us. Why would you want to close the wound? When the world wound opened, I was pleased. My realm was now connected to another plane. I wanted to make it into a crossroads of the worlds, a place where demons, devils, and even angels could meet. The wound was a convenient path along which I could advance my ideas. But the Midnight Isles were not the only realm that had been linked to Galarian through the wound. Biscari and Baphomet now also had a way from their realms into your plane. Their servants flooded my islands and spread out them like a plague of locusts, killing guests who were under my protection, questioning my rule. They were driven by their lust to conquer and enslave, whether on Galarian or in another abyssal realm. I was forced to shift my focus and express my discontent. Eventually, atop the bones of our servants, we reached an accord. I would let their armies pass, and they would comply with my wishes while on my islands. Of course, the accord is a polite fiction. Both the Discarites and Baphomets are attempting to amass their power and influence in Lucianira to overthrow me. When they think I'm not watching, they break my taboos and revel in their own impudence. And worst of all, Lady Vorlesh told me about the Neandrine crystals. They've realized what kind of power the crystals hold, and now they're determined to mine every last deposit hidden within my islands. And once an island loses its crystals, it becomes nothing but flotsam, slowly sinking into the dark waters of Issue. With every lost island, my power is diminished. I could start a war and kill the plunderers, but a major conflict would hinder some of my other plans. So instead, I will teach my neighbors a lesson, by orchestrating their ignominious defeats at the hands of a mortal. What do I gain by serving you? A reasonable question. One must always serve one's own interests. Well, rest assured that you will be adequately rewarded. I will give you gifts befitting your ambitions, and my patronage, which you can certainly count on, will prove more valuable than any enchanted trinkets you could dream up. If you're so powerful, why do you need me then? If I were to make a move at myself, it would start a war. Not that I'm afraid of doing so, but it would hamper my more important plans. Baphomet and Discar would never best me, but they could sow enough chaos and spill enough blood that visitors from another plane would shudder at the mention of Lucianira. No, I will wage war on my own terms, in the shadows, and I will remain unseen until I drive my blade into my enemy's back. And since Galfrey happened to send you to my realm, you have the honor of becoming my blade, mortal. Be glad you are wielded by skillful hands. We should also reveal how exactly our blade will be employed. Noctulia silences Rilu with a sharp gesture. We can discuss the details later, when the moment is right. Now is not the time for idle conversation. How exactly do you plan to close the world wound then? She rolls her eyes. It is a complicated magical process. You will receive precise instructions once you've captured Threshold Fortress on Golarion. There, at the exact spot where Lady Vorlesh opened a world wound, you will be able to close it. But first, you'll have to crush the Guardians of Threshold, and their forces are growing by the day. Hepzibah, Baphomet's daughter, is mining a large number of Neandrine crystals on my realm. These crystals are her secret weapon. No army on Golarion can stand against them. You must stop Hepzibah. If you do not, your world will fall, and my plans will suffer significant harm. At one time, I discovered a secret transformation of the two servants, of Baphomet and Daskari, Zamsir Vang and Mustavan. It was a well-calculated gambit, which brought the time and assured both Daskari and Baphomet of my loyalty. Mustavan is Hepzibah's favorite. He oversees the transformation of her army. Hepzibah is currently on another island far away from here. The route to that place is plagued by pirates, monsters, tempests, and other more terrifying dangers. Have you heard of the living bubbles of frozen time that swallowed airships, and when the ships reached port, their crews discovered they've been gone for hundreds of years? That is not the strangest occurrence you could encounter on your journey. I'm willing to provide you with a decent ship and an experienced crew. If you kill Hepzibah, it will stop her sinking any more of my islands, but without giving Baphomet cause to declare war on me. Why is it so important to kill Hepzibah? Daskari and Baphomet won't just stand there and watch you close the world wound. They'll send their armies after you, so you'll need an army of your own. And that is something the Crusaders won't have for long. Hepzibah is mining more and more Neandrine crystals to empower her forces when she attacks Golarion. If you don't stop her, the Crusader resistance will be crushed, and the ranks of demons pouring through the world wound in your world will multiply 100-fold. You were sent here to cut off the demon army's supply of Neandrine crystals, weren't you? Well, that's exactly what you're going to accomplish. I will consider your offer, Lady in Shadow. And accept it, I'm sure. I respect your caution and won't force you into submission. I'll stand to gain if you do my bidding of your own volition. A glimmer of approval dances in Noctulia's eyes. An interesting destiny lies before you, mortal. You will rise to great heights and play a part in events of titanic proportions. Many would give their life for a chance to tread such a path. Hepzibah visits... sorry. God, there's so much here. Sorry, jeez. Hepzibah visits Arueshalae every now and again, but her true lair is far from here. She hides on the islands of Kofir, in the northwest of my archipelago. There lies her secret fortress in the mines. Her slaves dig Neandrine crystals for the invading army she plans to bring to Golarion. I will give you a magnificent airship, and an experienced crew to take you there. It will be a long and perilous journey. Take some time to prepare. I killed Willidus, your court mage. Noctulia shows no hints of sadness. I am aware of this. Of course, it is lamentable in a way, since his fear of me was strong enough to make him impeccably loyal. However, his death is but a single move in a much larger game. In a game like this, losing a few pawns is unavoidable. I wish to inform you of treason. Noctulia looks at you quite amused. Is that so? Who is it you decided to inform on? And more importantly, how did you learn of these traitors, and how credible are these accusations? Shamira's researching Neandrine crystals in secret. Perhaps she's planning to overthrow you. A small smile appears on Noctulia's lips. How nice of you to warn me. I'm impressed. I do wonder, however, did you really think I was unaware of this? Or did you merely want to demonstrate your loyalty? Either way, I appreciate you telling me. I'll take this as proof that I can rely on you. You were very astute to uncover the Shamir's desire to dethrone me, and it was particularly sensible of you to keep your mouth shut about the secrets of the Neandrine crystals. I suppose your caution calls for a reward. At a snap of Noctulia's fingers, one of the servants approaches you and presents you with a delicate package, wrapped in a gossamer-like silk. Mining Neandrine crystals is a surefire way to sink the islands of the crystals that are on the bottom of the Ishia. I assume you understand why all those who attempt to procure them on Alinthia were executed. At least you didn't tell Shamira about those mines you found. The last thing I need is the ardent dream burrowing under my capital. Why do you still tolerate Shamir, then? Someone has to deal with trivial matters. Shamira's betrayal was assured the moment I made her my favorite, just as Seofrion before her. Second always dreams big, being rising to the first. I know the feeling well. A friend of mine, the storyteller, has peered into the future. In his vision, Hepsamira will be sending demons after you. The demons were strengthened by Neandrine crystals. A hint of dangerous excitement creeps into her voice. You are a font of knowledge, my dear guest. Let's just say I'm not surprised by her appetites. The ambitions of that brat, or her lecherous goat, of a sire were bound to surface sooner or later. But your warning will encourage me to keep a closer eye on her. You could have gone to Hepsamira with this and received a payment for your silence. Your foresight must not go unrewarded. I've said everything I want to say. I still have some business to take care of in Lushanira. Noctulia nods to herself. Arilu, you are no longer needed here. As you wish, my lady. Arilu vanishes, but you notice the look in her eyes, pensive and appraising. Noctulia casts a piercing glance at where the spot where Arilu was but a moment ago, and then stops you with a commanding gesture. There is one more thing we must discuss. The Lexicon of Paradox, Lady Vorlesh's magical treaty that contains many secrets of the world wound. You and my servant, Lady Vorlesh, were just talking about the Lexicon of Paradox. For many years it has remained split in half, harmless. But what was once divided can be made whole again. Who knows what power the book could impart to its owner? What if they expand the world wound even further, or connect it to other planes? Not a chance. The Lexicon of Paradox has caused more than enough trouble already. You already possess the first half of the book. Find the other one and bring them to me. I reward you handsomely. Giving the book into my keeping will also protect Galarian from suffering a Second World War disaster. The Lexicon of Paradox would be much safer under my watchful eye than in your travel bags, wouldn't you agree? Why do you need this book? One world wound alone has been enough of a nuisance for me. I want to ensure that some future mage leaping through this book doesn't link my realm to another plane. I'll consider your offer. The reward will not disappoint you, I promise. This dangerous knowledge ought to be locked up securely. I won't keep you any longer. I still have the business. You have taken a liking to my city, I see. Well then, savor it to its fullest, and then come back for truly important business. Noctulia's lips part in a smile that is both predatory and alluring. We are going to wrap it up here. Because we've been going for such a long time, we do have a new mythic rank, and I've got to go, because I've spent way too long here. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up here. Jeez, okay. That was a lot of exposition. Probably more than I was expecting for today, but I digress. We're going to have to come back here anyways because of other things, but I digress. For those of you on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification if you want to see more stuff. I stream daily, so if you want to catch my streams, you can catch me 37 MST time. If you want to catch my streams, the best way to do so is search me up at FMPound at twitch.tv. You can check me about section on my YouTube channel, or my YouTube channel in general for my Twitch and Twitter, or you can check the link down below in the video description of the video you're currently watching. In this case, it'd be Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. For those of you on Twitch or those in YouTube coming to Twitch, welcome. Your support is always appreciated. The more support I receive, the more content I give you guys. Once I hit 3 congruent viewers, which basically means 3 people watching my stream for a month, I should be able to reach affiliate status, which will allow me to give you guys more content. I would really appreciate this because this would allow me to expand this into not a hobby, but an actual job. So if you're willing to support me and help me out there, I would appreciate it, but I'm not going to enforce it. You guys do you. As long as you're enjoying my content, that's all I care about. For those of you on Twitch who want to get to YouTube, you can use the YouTube search bar and search up FMPound. You can scroll down from the Twitch stream. You should be able to see a YouTube photo. Click that photo, it'll work in my YouTube channel. Or if you're checking from the VOD section, you can check the VOD description, and there should be a link or two which you can copy and paste into your browser. Either way works, depends on you. If you want to watch my older videos, the best way to do so is on YouTube. It has everything set to one, so if you're looking for something specific, that's the best way to do so. If you want to see my new stuff, the best way to do so is on Twitch. I stream every day, 3 to 7 Mountain Standard Time, so if you want to check out my streams, that's the best time to do so. I do not stream on Sundays, so check to make sure your time zones and, dates are correct, but I digress. If you want to see the 6 newest videos, the best way to do so is on Twitch. They do lack an intro and outro though, but that's just how my videos go. But I digress. I guess that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I know I did. And I'll see you guys next stream. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.